Hickey assesses his options. He's got a wide open Tyler Harvey. He cannot connect.
Didn't get it to him in rhythm, Andrew.
He's now 1 of 8, 0 of 5 from 3, coming off a 0 of 7 outing in game 3.
Delamanova manages to slip away from Hickey. It's not functional low. Off the glass, can't score. Points will count.
I want to review it.
I think he did get it off. Touch and go, but they're going to have a look at it. Official ruling on the floor as it counts.
Points are good. What a slog. An emotionally draining first half slog at John Cain Arena.
And Illawarra set the tone early. They came out with hard, intense defense. Melbourne United responded in kind, and we've got ourselves a real battle here at John Cain.
We most certainly do. Kelsey Brown.
Yeah, here with Flynn, Cameron Flynn. Illawarra got off to a great start, but you've seemed to wrestle back momentum. How have you seen the first 20?
Pretty slow. We're slowing the ball down because they like to play fast, but need to put more points up in the paint. But we're doing a great job holding them to only 28 this half.
Illawarra, like I said, came back. They're a team that aren't going to go down easily. What do you think Dean Bickerman's going to say at the half?
To up the pressure on Harvey and probably get a bit more pace in transition.
Joe, you've got Mason Peeling?
I do, Mace. A great start for you guys at the offensive end. It slowed up a little, but you've stayed with them. Just 4 points in. It talked me through that first half.
Yeah, we're trying to bring the physical energy. We know this is a win or go home situation for us, so we're trying to give it everything. Hopefully you're seeing the physical play and the defensive end. 32 points is pretty good, but 28, we've got to fix that.
What's going to be the message from JT in the locker rooms at the half?
More of the same. Believe in each other, shoot your shot when you're open, and we'll see what happens.
Luck for the rest of it.
Thank you.
Well, it is half-time here at John Cain Arena. It's Melbourne United leading by 4 against the Illawarra Hawks. A big second half still to come. Stay with us. You're watching the Hungry Jacks NBL.
4-point lead to that group right there, Melbourne United, but unconvincing to say the least. Right now, the Hawks walking wounded. Two of their superstars. One of them won't return, one of them may not return. But you look at these halftime stats right here. The field goals are the one that are jumping out right now because it ain't pretty.
Someone's going to have to win ugly. That's how it is right now. Both teams struggling to put the ball in the basket. I love the physicality that everyone's throwing their weight around. It'd be tough to play in right now because in the first half you saw that there was not many whistles at all. Everyone was allowed to play physical. The first part of that second quarter we saw whistles galore. That's hard to adjust to as a player in a big moment. Whoever can adjust quickest, hit some shots, clear is going to win the game.
It was always going to be a grind. These guys are going at it. It's for the championship. The defense is fantastic. The offense not so pretty. So whoever can get going offensively in the second half probably wins this game.
Possibly the only shining light in this game, and the real shining light across the series for Melbourne has been Matthew Dellavedova. And once again, when Melbourne United are calling and they need someone to step up, he steps up here with the Hungry Jacks highlights.
He's just picking his moments. And again, I thought Illawarra should have been more in front in that first quarter. They got out to a hot start and then Deli just slowly chipped away. That's been his go-to move. He's starting to post up a little bit more. He's hit a couple of threes. He's been the only offensive line on both sides, but this is what you like, just using his weight, throwing it around, and when they needed a bucket, they've gone to Deli.
And he thrives on this. He made a couple of baskets, and you can see him going down the court talking a little trash. Don't you love it? So that tells you he's been here before and done that before.
Well, showing Deli right now. We look at the Blackmore shot chart right now. He's doing it efficiently, which is more than we can say for a majority of players right now.
Well, that's why we're only showing Deli's Blackmore shot charts. We're showing the other shot charts. They're not going to be pretty. Let's just focus on the positive one.
Well, unfortunately, from positive to negative, especially for the Illawarra Hawks, Sam Froling, their superstar centre, appears to have gone down. Now, we're all medical experts, but what could be an innocuous injury looks maybe like an Achilles potentially. We're reading maybe too much into that, Pete, but it does not look good when it's that type of injury.
Yeah, well, no real update just yet. He walked down the other end of the court right there, and that's not what you want to see. That grab right there, and again, they're the whispers around John Cain Arena right now. That little movement, some tests that were done back, and you really hope it's not. He's heading into free agency, deservingly about to get a nice contract of how good he's been. One of the brightest big men in Australian basketball. You just don't want it to be the absolute worst case, but that's really worrying footage.
If that's the case, with no Kel, I don't think they have enough offense. I don't think they can win it. Melbourne United aren't playing great, but you got to have those two superstars in there to get a win.
Well, you talk about superstars. We haven't seen much from them in this first half, which we have previously. Chris Schooling and Tyler Harvey both having a shocker, to say the least, in that first half.
There's a lot of donuts.
That is donuts and coffee right there, bro.
But again, you know that both of them are going to step up in this second half. Someone's going to have to. The Hawks have enough energy, heart, determination in the roster players left. It's anyone's game still in the final 20 minutes.
They certainly will. Melbourne United a slim lead. The Hawks undermanned, backs against the wall, looking to send this to a decider. Or will this second half be the championship half for United?
A Hungry Jack.
One more fucking time. JB! JB! You got it? No! Hey, high levels with Harvey. I don't know. Hey, high levels! Yeah!
There's Marcus Lee, our Harvey Norman in the zone player for Game 4 of the Championship Series. A championship winner in his own right previously here in the NBL. He's got a big role to play in the second half. Derek Rucker and Andrew Gaze alongside me. What a weird first half in terms of the flow of the series. What we've seen tonight is completely opposite to what we've seen so far.
Well, if it wasn't a grand final series, again, then you'd be going, oh, this is ho-hum. But the intensity that these guys are playing, and I'm still intrigued about this because there are some issues that a couple of key players have to go through. In particular, Tyler Harvey and Chris Golding. Can they get their mind right to start to be able to knock down some shots? And this is the lowest scoring half in the season. In fact, you've got to go back 431 NBL games since we've had a lower scoring first half. So it hasn't been pretty on the eye, but it's been a delight to see the ferocious intensity.
The bottom line is Illawarra need to get some points off turnovers. Melbourne United execute on the offensive end. If they knock down 3 balls, they're lifting the trophy in about an hour. Melbourne with a 2-1 series lead. Sold out crowd at John Cain Arena. And the region of Wollongong and Illawarra watching on in hope that they will get some action on Sunday in Game 5. Darius Day's had some foul trouble to negotiate in the first half. Marcus Lee with a whistle in the first 18 seconds, and that'll be his 3rd foul. Well, nice execution there, and I think that's something they can utilize a little bit more. On ball between Harvey and Days. Days does a pretty good job in these situations. He attacks Jack White off that closeout, draws the foul on helping Marcus Lee.
It's only 4 points. It just felt like the margin was a whole lot more than that because of how low the scoring was. And we've seen throughout the course of both Tyler Harvey and Chris Golding's career, they have got a good temperament when things aren't going well. And you need to have a memory of a goldfish if you want to be a great shooter. And both of them have that.
The Hawks have had to do it the hard way at times this season. They won their last 7 third quarters when they trailed at halftime, which was the situation coming to this 3rd term tonight. Dave's aggressive. That was wild. He'll get a second look at it. White sent him packing. Hickey left alone. It goes. Wow. Nice response to open the half from the Hawks. A quick 5-0 run to take the lead. Harvey, Clark lines one up. Football? Yeah. Too many snakes. Better start to the 3rd term for Illawarra. That turnover's a costly one. What's that called on Will Hickey? Clark certainly thought there was one. Dean Vickerman thought the same. Harvey, little floater drops.
That's what you need. When you're struggling from the 3-point line, find a way to get to the rim, get some chink baskets, see that scoreboard ticking over for your team and yourself, and that generates a lot of confidence.
Dean Vickerman and Ian Clark are irate at Vaughn Mayberry for not calling that foul, but I didn't think there was when Andrew Golding makes a nice little run. The Hawks have lifted the tempo to start the 3rd term. Bentley got a flat tire.
I think they need to. They've got to find a way to get some chip baskets in transition.
Clark put the ball on the floor. Can't knock it down. Lee kept it alive, but only to the advantage of Mason Pettman. The Hawks have come out and made a bit of a statement to start the 3rd term. Lee trying to navigate with 3 fouls. Out for Harvey. He's left it short. Swakala bullet. Everyone else gave up on it. Pitling likewise. Hey. Wow. Dean Vickerman is beside himself. Marcus Lee will check out of the game
for Rob Lowe. And Andrew, I don't know. I mean, it's a very intense and physical game. I think there are some fouls that the referees are just turning a blind eye to.
Yeah, it is. I have no complaints about the first couple we've seen here at both ends. But it is a tough game to officiate. This one here.
Illawarra by 1. Jack White, 20 points in game 3. Quite been able to repeat the same heroics. Rebound count starting to favour Illawarra, and in this series, you win the rebound count, you win the game. Nice pass inside. Timeout, Melbourne United. This is some sort of move from the visitors to start the third term.
Well, they go to the side on ball in transition, and Harvey makes a great read to kick that ball over. Yeah, a little dump down inside. Good first few minutes here from the Illawarra Hawks.
It's a hard show, so it's a good read. They're hard showing on that sideline on ball. Whoever's guarding the ball is going over the top, so that means the roll-up. If you don't have that third man rotation from the weak side, it's going to be open. Let's have a listen in to Dean Bickerman.
Switch it over to my man. Hey, right now I want a 4-man carry. I want to put CG back under the basket. All I see, whichever way you carry it, is a 4-man right now. All right, get your throw back. Get into Spanish right here. All right, use the Spanish. Boom, hit it. Fly out of that thing. We're opening you up a little bit more. Here we go.
That's the Melbourne United perspective from Dean Bickerman. But Joe Healy, the news is not good for Illawarra and Sam Froling.
No, Sam Froling has stayed in the locker room, guys. I asked the club for an official word. They didn't give it to me, but they all but confirmed that he has done his Achilles. Obviously, terrible news for any athlete, but especially for the Hawks at the moment. They're obviously down on troops. I did speak to someone from the camp, though, and at this point, they feel like they've got nothing to lose, and they're giving it a hell of a go right now.
That is horrible news for one of the best young players in Australian basketball, Sam Froling. He'll take no further part tonight, and needless to say, no further part on Sunday if we get there for Game 5. Dean Bickerman wanted to make Chris Golding a priority out of the timeout.
He's seeing things that aren't there right now. He takes himself out of that last 3-point field goal attempt.
He's 1 of 9 for the night. Hickey trying to make him accountable at the defensive end.
Great control there by Hickey. Excellent skill on the shot. And down on this end, the Hawks are doing a much better job with United screening action.
They're starting to force things here, Melbourne.
They have, huh?
Hawks have had the better of them in the third term.
Wow.
Golding went to ground. He's already had a flop warning.
That should be a technical.
Clark with a spin. And finish. United accompanied alongside him.
United got off the hook there, Drew, because it either should have been a foul or a technical.
Or a hint of a goal kick.
It all go tonight. Look at the shot clock from Hickey. He bit off more than he could chew. White in transition. The roll from John Cain Arena. Jack White with his 6 points of the night. Melbourne are going to need plenty more of that. Hickey allowed to shoot the 3. Melbourne let it happen in the fourth quarter on Sunday. Galvin took on 4 and almost won the battle. He had support in Jack White. Galvin will try and muscle his way in on Will Hickey. Gave it up to Clark. He can't connect either. Melbourne are 2 of 18 from long range. Decent in the numbers for them. Pass Greta for Albrecht. He scores.
Nice creation there by Dan Greta. He gets to the baseline, and Justin Tatum is going to counter with 2 of his shooters at the next break. Andrew Lee and Blanchfield will come into the game, and I'm curious to see how this plays out.
And Illawarra doing a good job of punishing the on-ball strength defense of Melbourne United. And Chris Golding, as I said, memory of a goldfish ball before that last one. First 3.2 goal made. Simple step back. Not simple for many, but simple for Chris Golding. And Days has got to be way more connected, regardless of how many Chris Golding has.
That is a sorry picture for Sam Froling. Ice on the Achilles. His day is done, his series is done. But his team is showing a hell of a lot of fight in this third quarter.
It is, and Sam Froling had not missed a game for over 5 years, leads the league in consecutive games of current players played 176 consecutively.
What have Illawarra done better in this third quarter, Derek and Gazy? The defense, and they've really lifted their effort on the rebounding. Not only boxing out better, but actually securing the ball and being able to get out on the break and create some opportunities for themselves. But now they need some perimeter shooting, I believe, Andrew.
Yeah, for sure. I think any team that gets it going from the three-point line is going to have an advantage. 3 of 18 for Melbourne United, 4 of 16 for the Illawarra Hawks. But I think they've done a good job of penalising some of the defence that Melbourne United's thrown at them, particularly of the on-balls. That hockey assist, the extra pass for the high-low has been good for them.
With that timeout, Ian Clark and Jack White were right in front of us on their haunches. They have played bulk minutes in this championship series. Ian Clark averaging 29 a game, Jack White 25. They look absolutely exhausted out there tonight. Oh, they can't find space. Hickey gave up the 3 and went exploring instead. A good decision. He's been very good with the ball. We've seen him be apprehensive at stages when he has a mismatch of Lee on him, but against the wingman, he's doing a really good job making shots. Golding! Back to that threes. Makes it a 1-point game. We talked about the threat of him finding a hot patch. That's 2 in a row. 9 points for the night now for Chris Golding. He's starting to heat up. Harvey trying to emulate those feats. Great D from Krebs. United come down the floor to take the lead back. Stepping back for 2. Oh, he can't make that one count. It's 43-42. End-to-end stuff. Will Hickey making a name for himself on the big stage once again.
Easy ever. 2 or 3 from the three-point line.
Barn out for Krebs. That's missing. That's fresh Melbourne air. A bit late to join the offense. They're settling to meticulous half court. It's a real grapple, Jack. Tyler Harvey buries the 3. Momentum squarely in favour of Illawarra right now. Third quarters, Andrew, they've been good all postseason in the third quarter.
Based on their record, they need to build a bit of a buffer because they haven't been so great.
Wow, why can't you just credit them for what they've done right now?
I absolutely did that, but just acknowledging what the data says.
That's out of play. Kelsey Brown, we've been waiting for a stoppage. What's going on in there?
Well, Steve Dickerman spoke to me pre-game about controlling his emotions. He said it's something that he's consciously worked on this game, and he was a little bit frustrated in that timeout, but after those 2 massive threes from Chris Golding, he seems to have calmed down a bit. He said he wants to get more looks at Ian Clark and Chris Golding on the offensive end.
Ian Clark 2 of 10 for the night. Chris Golding out of the game at the moment. 3 of 12, so Dellavedova, Krebs, White, and Marcus Lee out there with Ian Clark. For Illawarra, Tyler Harvey, Lee, Swakala, Bullock, Blanchfield, and Albert. And now, over the past couple of seasons, we've come to some big games, but I'm not sure we've ever felt a game as tense as this one. White 30. We don't know where the next play phase takes us.
No, that's right, and it's a real war of attrition here because we've got guys going down in just the intensity and fatigue surely has to play a factor.
Have you registered yet, Drew?
Yes,
I know you're
indeed.
super tech savvy here, but have you registered for when the New Orleans Pelicans come to town?
Oh, my word. Can't wait. Yeah, it's going to be great playing against Melbourne United on the 3rd and Phoenix on the 5th. Get your tickets now because a chance to see NBA stars.
Marcus Lee knocks down 2. It's something we said often in the series. Shooting at 25% from the line in the postseason. Blanchfield on the floor to knock down threes, just like that.
That was a tough shot. Good closeout. Blanchfield, quick release. Just get a feeling things are going the way the Illawarra Hawks, they've been the first to kind of break the shackles on the offensive end.
Tough bucket right there. On the appeal for the left elbow push off from Clark. Can't ask the refs for anything tonight. We tick down to a minute remaining in the 3rd quarter. And it's been a good one for the Hawks. It's a travel from Aubrey. He fought it with the lack of aggression about trying to finish. Anytime you catch that ball in there, eyes got to get to the rim. Dellavedova has 13 points, hasn't scored in this 3rd quarter. One through the lob up there for Lee. He couldn't close the lid. Secondary possession for the home team. Trailing by 5. Michael the Bullock concedes the foul. Well, initially I thought his angle was wrong anyway. Delly is great on his right hand. And Michael the Bullock is on his left hip. So his initial stance is incorrect.
Ooh, little elbow inadvertent. Matthew Dellavedova with that left arm.
Well, it's not game 1. They're not calling that.
No. No.
Justin Tatum continuing to ring the changes. No Trey Kell tonight for Illawarra with a knee issue. Sam Froling to take no further part in the game. Melbourne United continue to be without Shea Illy with concussion symptoms. When all else fails, goes back to Matthew Dellavedova. It's worked for them. He hands off to White. A lot of contact in there.
Good foul. Real good foul. Jack White well documented the problems he's had from the free throw line. He's in a dunk position. Instead, they make him earn it the harder way. Foul was on Todd Blanchfield. No real damage.
Free throws for Jack White, sorry, Drew, have been an adventure during the postseason. He's 6 of 19 from the line.
That's right. The difference between games, if he's not taking 500 free throws every single day. Sure. That one.
Then what does the brain do when you miss the first?
Well, right now, with functioned his end, I don't think he knows what the little man in his head's telling him to do, but if I'm advising him, just be long. If you're going to miss long. And he's short again.
Left that one well short. Nice work by Tanner Krebs.
That's inexcusable. The Illawarra Hawks have got to come up with a missed free throw.
Clark with a hand in the face. It's a late whistle.
They're the types of errors. Not quite the commitment you need on the box out off a free throw. And in such a low-scoring game.
That's a foul.
Yeah. Just got him on the wrist.
Yep. And the Hawks only have to blame themselves for this second play phase from United. Ian Clark averaging 20 points in his championship series, 22 in the postseason. He looms large in the 4th quarter when we get there.
30 on this floor throughout the playoffs. That's an incredible number.
The trap comes for Harvey. Now the ball back in the hands of Illawarra's #1 man. No throwing, no count. Harvey has to take on the responsibility. United had a foul to give. Smart foul there from Jack White.
Got a few more to give as well.
with only 3.6. Gets really difficult, as you said, Andrew, with United having.
See, if I'm Dean, I'm bringing in some of these guys on the bench for this last 3 seconds just to use those fouls. Now, of course, you don't want them to go straight up into a shooting action because you're going to send someone on line for 3.
Get this ball in bounce. His pass was a wild one. Handed the ball back to Melbourne. Gaze mistimed his jump. The opportunity was there. As a result, United get a chance. Just a quick look at the game clock. Actually had a couple of seconds left. Just 2.3 is added to the clock. Justin Tatum barking the changes.
I'll put pressure on the ball.
It takes something special for Melbourne from this position. Hickey with a turnover, got the ball away. Illawarra have a slender but significant 3-point lead at three-quarter time, 51-48, down 2-1 in the championship series. The Hawks playing for their season on the other side of this.
Don't worry about it. Wait for the ball. Hey!
Great insights there now. Harvey Norman in the zone. It's the Hawks with a 3-point buffer at three-quarter time, but a big test for them here. Tyler Harvey referred to them tonight recently, just 10 points in game 3. I think Tommy they've addressed it and they need to execute those adjustments if they're going to force a game 5 tonight. Kels, down to you.
Bickerman was all about getting it moving offensively as Chris Golding drains another huge 3. He said it's about James. They want to go at him. He's in foul trouble at the moment. But Darren, my big thing, they're on the precipice of their 3rd championship. What do United need to do to get it done?
Well, right there, get the ball to their main guy. He's the guy that's going to win you a championship. He's starting to find his rhythm as Olbrich gets a key bucket inside, Jack.
And I like
Steady it for him, man.
Yeah, I like what they're playing. Continue to pound it inside. Albrecht's been good around the rim.
Are we looking at the final 10 minutes of the season? Or are we headed back to Illawarra on Sunday? Matthew Dellavedova. High degree of difficulty. We've seen him make that shot a number of times in this series. And I guess if you play D like that, which is pretty effective, you got to go ahead and live with it if he knocks him down. 15 points in a low-scoring game for the NBA champion, Todd Blanchfield, searching for his first NBL championship scores. Buckets through it.
Yeah. Opening up a little. It's what we're expecting.
It's bound to happen at some stage.
Yeah, they're too good of athletes, too good of shooters to continue the way they were. And when now you start to hit a few, you see the running over play of Chris and that back cut into the box. It's a good option given the way they're playing.
Each team only has 2 players in double figures. Dellavedova leading Melbourne United with 15 and Golding with 12. On the other side, Hickey's been really good for his 14. And Albrecht has 10.
This is some performance by the Illawarra Hawks when you consider no Trey Bell, no Sam Froling with that Achilles injury. To be hanging tough like this on the road in a hostile environment, big credit to them.
Fourth quarters, though, as Joe Healy said, Illawarra's kryptonite. They are 0-6 in the playoffs, minus 57. They've been melting late in games. They're aware of it. They've been talking about it. And they hang tough time.
And a lot of it, I think, has been some self-inflicted wounds with their shot selection in last quarters. Like they're going for that knockout blow all the time rather than just grinding it out. Now, the way this game is unfolding, they're kind of forced to grind it out because of their personnel and the defense.
Hickey got a full head of steam. Off the window. Will Hickey continues to have a big say in game 4. Well, this is what we have to keep an eye on. How does Will Hickey handle this mismatch against Rob Lowe? We know he struggled against Marcus Lee, and Marcus Lee's about to come into the game, so Dean Vickerman is playing this card early in the 4th.
No basket. No basket.
Marcus Lee in. Rob Lowe out, as Derek said. Ryan Schmeichel has 3 fouls. All of his attention right now is dedicated to Chris Golding, who knocked down a couple of threes in the 3rd quarter. He's starting to look ominous. Dellavedova knows no other way.
Like Boy just gets it to his spot in front of the rim. Too crafty, too strong. Almost got to send a double team Derek in there. The way he's going.
Well,
7 of 11.
But he's so deep in the paint, Andrew, it's hard to get an angle.
Albert can just go in and help out. He's got the lead.
Albrecht blocked by Bowen. This trip down the floor. Melbourne looking to take the lead back. Dellavedova leaves it short. 7 of 12 from the field. Hickey to the rack, over the top of Marcus Lee, who gave up on the play. And eventually the big man takes care of it. And then Hickey reaching in. It seems as though, Derek, Melbourne are happy to have Will Hickey making decisions down the stretch. We've seen this work for Melbourne in games 1 and in games 3. Hickey looks at the less apprehensive so far to start this quarter. He's attacking hard. I like what he did there. He just didn't get the ball to fall.
They're the shots he's been making for that. He just missed out.
Only 4 on Schmeichel aboard. Here's the replay. That's a foul.
14 shots on.
And that's 4 fouls for the Hawks already in the quarter, which could be significant at the back end of this game. And now, Greta will get the assignment on Golding. Hickey goes over to Delva. Pass for Lee.
So that was the right idea by Albert, but someone's got to drop down on his. And look like Tyler Harvey might have been the one. Now, I know you've got shooters on the perimeter, so you get hesitant to provide that help. But you just don't want to get kick beaten the same way with Delva just getting to the front of the rim. So Albert, I think, did the right thing, but you've got to help the helper.
For Long, Sam Froling, and Trey Kell. They're out there tonight. Two of the three big stars for Illawarra. It's been an enormous effort from the visitors to still be in this game and to still be leading with what they're up against. And Lee misses both. The drama builds at John Cain Arena. An unlikely 5 on the floor for Illawarra right now. Harvey had it knocked away. Swift hands from Ian Clark. He waits for the cavalry to arrive, and then he lost the ball. Both guys so good with their hands and slick dribblers of the basketball. Uncharacteristically, just turn it over. Tatum yelling for ball movement, left dribble, passing. Rita left open. Extra pass for Hickey was good, and the finish even better. 18 points for Will Hickey. He's the game's leading scorer. Good spacing and great decision by Green. 3-point lead, which in the context of this game is significant. That should be a Melbourne ball. Tyler Harvey drew 3 of 13 for the night.
But you know what? He's still one of the most dangerous players on the floor. We saw it in game 2. After a horrific error, within a couple of seconds he comes down and knocks a 3. So he's not going to be discouraged by the 3 of 13.
Back to the basket, shot clock at 5. To invent something for Golding, who has to shoot. Melbourne United starting to look a little bit stagnant offensively also, Andrew. Big possession here. Tired bodies everywhere. Harvey, Ulbrich, Hickey. No good. Big board from Greta. The Hawks can reload and go again. This time Ulbrich on the move. Has Greta. Shot clock's going to get down to 2. He can't score.
Every shot so tempting. There's some nervous players out on this floor.
Next bucket is a big one. It's just a question of who scores. Excellent defense there from the Hawks, and that's a foul on Marcus Lee. 24. That will be number 4 on Lee.
Just tired bodies out on this floor. Rita comes out, Lee comes in.
Timeout Melbourne, 60-57. Game 4.
When you power your home with great value and sustainable
throughout the season. A record that stood for 31 years has now been broken this season. This league is airborne. Terrific support by the public. This game up for grabs, the championship up for grabs. Ulbrich, big bucket out of the timeout. Well, he knows that Lee can't do anything, Andrew. Smart play by the young fella to go right at Lee, make him make some decisions, and play without fouling. Harvey trying to quell Ian Clark. He's getting the looks, but he's not scoring. He's 3 of 13 now himself. 4 minutes remaining in game 4. Melbourne lead the series, but it's Illawarra who lead the game. Ulbrich inside for Hickey. Excellent decisions there by Ulbrich. And Delvedova will get blown with that whistle. Excellent possession by the Hawks there as they grind that ball out. And Ulbrich throws a nice little lob to Hickey.
Now they're doing a really good job of just making some decisions around the paint. Only 8 turnovers each, despite all the pressure that's out on the floor. Taking really good care of the ball.
What about this young man? 24 years of age, was told no by Melbourne, was told no by Southeast Melbourne. Took his chance with the Illawarra Hawks. Career high 18 points in the semi-final series last year against Melbourne. Has a new 3-year deal, and right now is the leading scorer in game 4 of a championship series.
Well, right now he's the best player on the floor. As in tonight's performance for the Illawarra Hawks, he is their go-to guy.
The Hawks have got no fouls to give. Free throws the rest of the way for Melbourne. Clark spins, and finally finds the bottom of the net. Good possession both ways. Just a tough finish. Hickey is like a greyhound out there on the floor at the moment. In the rush. Seems lucky Ulbrich, the 20-year-old, having to play big minutes late. Delvedova reaching in, will pick up his second.
Well, there was a foul before Ulbrich even caught the ball, and throughout the regular season would have been a foul on Marcus Lee. But
see, I don't necessarily like the ISO for Ulbrich on Lee. I'd rather get Lee in an on-ball with Hickey or Harvey.
that's right, and when it's with Harvey in particular, Lee hard shows, and then he can get him on the roll.
Jung Lee back out on the floor. One of the best three-point shooters in the league, statistically across the season. Here's another one. Harvey's already broken Melbourne's heart once in this championship series. Dace has to shoot. Put it away. It's not the possession Illawarra were looking for. Harvey's fumble really disrupted that as Deli on the right hand. Oh my. Blows a bunny. Wow. Even champions feeling the pressure. Darius Days left alone. Buries one. Didn't look like he wanted it, Andrew. That is huge. His teammates basically urged him to shoot. As we look at the Amy replay, a little bit of doubt. That's no problem. Bucket Days.
He should not be that open. He has shown.
But Hickey's penetration created that.
Yeah, absolutely, but then you've got to have rotations. If someone's starting at him, he actually caught the ball, got the fingers in the laces, checked the ground of it, and still had plenty of time.
He gets the point. Yes, he had time. Man of eternity. The crowd rises to its feet to try and boost this United team. 10,175. Standards one. The home team with their backs against the wall now. Delvedova left alone. He can't inflict the same pain that Darius Days did.
Now, right now, they want to get the shot in the last 6 seconds. They want to use as much of the shot clock up as they can.
And put the ball in the paint. Penetrate when you get the chance. Harvey for three. Oh, yeah! Tyler Harvey once again smashes Melbourne in the face.
I'm already excited about the Netflix documentary that's going to be coming out on the Illawarra Hawks after this one, because this has been one of the more heroic performances by a team. They're two superstars out, and just all the grit and able to hold their nerve when it counted the most. And Tyler Harvey, 3 of 13. He says,
It doesn't matter.
Bugger that. I'm still letting it fly.
Let's check in one more time with Marcus Lee with thanks to Harvey Norman.
I keep our regular defenses, but watch the slip.
Big shout out to Harvey Norman and Marcus Lee for putting on the microphone tonight. But you would have heard the groan from Marcus Lee and all of Melbourne United's fans inside this venue after that last Tyler Harvey bucket.
Well, this is an incredible turnaround. Melbourne United been restricted to only 59 points with just below 2 minutes to go in this game. Fantastic determination and grit and defensive execution by the Illawarra Hawks. And we're right on the verge of going to Game 5.
Still 2 minutes in this game. It's still a long time when you've got Chris Golding. Krebs can knock down the 3 ball, but 3 balls becoming important.
Quick catch and shoot from Clark. The Hawks crash the glass, and who else? Will Hickey has been everywhere as that ball ricochets out of bounds.
And you're right, Jack. Will Hickey, 20 points. He's a plus 19, 8 dimes, 5 rebounds, 3 steals. Are you kidding me, Will Hickey?
Had the best plus-minus of any player in the league during the regular season. His plus-minus tonight in a low-scoring game means the world. Hawks inbound safely. Time is their friend. Buckets are even better. Days can't score twice. Still a loose ball available. There's still a pulse for Melbourne United, but they need to get going. Here's Golding. That is a clear push from Tanner Krebs.
Justin Tatum bleeding before that call was made. And he got exactly what he wanted. Illawarra go to the other end and shoot 2 free throws. And Andrew, we've seen a lot of NBL basketball. Given the context and the circumstances that the Hawks have faced in this one, this ranks as one of the greatest victories I've ever seen.
No doubt about it. The Albert, who has got the unusual stat, he shoots better from the field than he does from the free throw. And he comes in and knocks this one down, but missed that first one, but with an 11-point buffer. And what we're seeing here, this looks like it's Game 5. Here we come.
It'll take something miraculous for Melbourne now. That'll certainly help their cause. Krebs cuts it back to 9. Extended pressure. The Hawks have navigated their way through well and take it coast to coast to score. And that might be enough.
Great composure in the 4th quarter. Clark finishes. But any concerns about their 4th quarter performances, the Hawks have made the adjustments, Andrew.
Quick shot at all. They're going to play the foul game. They have to. Dan Grida goes to the line in a comfortable situation, leading by 9.
And they've held Melbourne United to only 16 in this final quarter, which is a great job anytime, anywhere, but particularly in a closeout championship game on the road.
Starting to become a concern for Melbourne United. Closing games. They haven't been able to get it done. And they're going to be statistically in a more favourable position when they go to Illawarra because they win 70% of their games on the road and only 60% at home.
I've officially declared myself out of the prediction business.
You and everyone else. We're all 0 from 4. For the Illawarra fans that have travelled, this is the sort of thing that as a fan, it grabs you in the heart. It makes you believe that your team won it as much as you want it.
Well, one thing about we know about Illawarra Hawks fans is they're full of belief for their program. I ran into their general managers, and we see Dana Lowry, my frenemy, my nemesis. What is he wearing? He's got the Illawarra. He's got the Illawarra Hawks bucket cap on
With his own number on the back.
Yeah, he's got it happening. And I ran into Matty Campbell's parents on the way in, and they were full of confidence, Lowry flexing his championship.
Every single time they've been trapped Illawarra, they've been able to find a way through. Darius Days delivers. And John Cain Arena has been silenced.
They've been important. You look at his numbers and they don't jump off the page at you. He's got the 10 boards, which is great, but only 2 of 10 from the field. But that undersells what he's meant on the offensive end. That 3 ball that he made was a huge factor in the outcome of this contest.
Been big on the glass. Start the car. Hawks fans, you jump online and get your tickets for Sunday. It's going to be one of the biggest events of all time in the region. Davo Hickey, with authority, has 22.
Without Davo Hickey.
To the bucket for Melbourne. And a little floater from Tyler Harvey. That's not going to count. The ball's out of play. 14.8 seconds left.
And these last 3 minutes have actually toughened the score quite significantly.
Melbourne's lowest score for the season is 72.
This may seem trivial, but on the very first possession of the game, when we saw Darius Days close out on Jack White with an intensity that we hadn't seen yet in this series, that really established Illawarra's mindset on the defensive end from the first moment of contact.
It is. You can't undersell what the Illawarra Hawks have done and how they've been able to hold their nerve without Sam Froling now. Thoughts are with him with that Achilles injury. And they're going to have to try and continue on with what they've done here in Game 5. And that's not going to be an easy task. Every game won by the road team.
Remarkable. Just remarkable that this series has had the flow that it's had. That's the thing with the Hungry Jacks NBL, you just never know.
And we always want, the purists always want a Game 5, but Andrew, I'm sure the viewers can sense the amount of astonishment in our voices. And I think we both felt this was over.
Certainly when Froling goes down.
Hawks wind this thing down. A win full of grit and determination, and against all the odds, the Illawarra Hawks are headed home on Sunday with the series tied at 2 apiece in one of the most extraordinary wins in franchise history.
You said it perfectly, Jack, and the Hawks have plenty to be proud of just getting to a Game 5, considering the circumstances. Credit to that man, Justin Tatum, who took a lot of criticism between games 3 and 4, but got his troops ready, instilled them with mental toughness and preparedness, and they've got what they came here for.
And Derek, we were here for shoot around before the game, and it was a different feel about the Illawarra Hawks, and one that we weren't necessarily looking at and saying, well, this is similar to what we saw in that second game when you get that backs against the wall type situation. It looked nervous, but boy, were we wrong. They came out and showed great grit, determination, and when it counted most, they found a way to get that scoreboard ticking over where Melbourne United couldn't, in a very physical, grinding game.
A small but adoring set of Illawarra fans here at John Cain Arena. And look at these scenes that get to Sam Froling. He's the heart and soul of this Illawarra team, and as one, they include him in the circle. He won't be there on Sunday. That is a beautiful gesture. And make no mistake about it, right there, that vision speaks volumes. This team does not feel about itself the way the rest of the public does. They believe they have enough, minus Kell, minus Froling, to go down and hold the home court for once in this series and win the trophy.
We've been saying it all season. They've got coverage at every position, but this is going to test them like they haven't been tested all season. Troy Kell, though, he's one that may be a possibility come Sunday that he might be able to get back on the floor.
We'll find out more about that in the lead up to Sunday. But Joe Healy has got our footlocker player of the game, a young man making a name for himself.
It certainly is. Will Hickey, the toughest win for you guys of the season, it came when you needed it most. How did you get that done?
Honestly, man, we had to dig deep. I feel like, I don't feel, but we know that we're the best bounce back team in the league, and knowing that, it sort of settles your nerves a bit, you know. Coming to the game, I was definitely a bit nervous, but when you got the caliber of players that we do on our team, it's really easy to come into a game and just sort of do your thing, you know. It makes your job easier.
Take us inside the locker room at halftime. You guys get back there, you find out about Sam, he's not playing for the rest of the game. What is the mindset, and how did you make that second half happen from there?
I mean, as an athlete, any athlete knows like something like that. It's something that's very hard, and I wish nothing but the best for Sam. We all do, you know. We're with him, and we're going to get this done for him, you know. But we understood that, and Sam even understood that. You know, we had to lock in, and there's still a job to do. As long as we all lock in, we know that we're the better team at the end of the day. As long as we do what we need to do.
Game 5 Sunday. How are you approaching that one?
Hey man, they're a great team. We haven't got one at home yet, so it's a different type of locked in we need to be. You know, come with a different sort of energy. This one's going to be a good one. Yeah.
Congrats. Also, a career high for you as well. 22 points. Congrats again.
Yeah, thank you very much, Joe. Thank you. Have a good one.
Yeah, I'm here with Tyler Harvey. Tyler, it's another time that we get to talk. Game 4, you got it done again on not your home floor. How did you feel about that one?
It was good. I mean, we're fighting through a lot of adversity. We got a couple guys down, but as you can see, this playoffs is a grind. I mean, look at the score, and it's just going to come down to possession by possession. But tonight, man, Devo stepped up huge for us, and we really needed that.
I want to talk about the guts that you guys showed. The commentators, they've called it one of the gutsiest wins that you've had across this season. What is that mentality? How do you guys rally together when you know that Sam goes down, you're without Trey Kell? How do you find that mentality? What is it within this Illawarra Hawks team that you have?
Yeah, I mean, JT just instills in us that it's always next man up, and you just always got to believe no matter what. And I mean, everybody in our team is ready when their number's called, and that pays dividends down the line later on in the year because you don't know what's going to happen. So just an unbelievable win for us, but we know it's not done yet.
You talk about someone stepping up. Darius Days was huge in the last couple of games, that dagger 3 at the end. How have you seen him come back from that hamstring?
It was great, man. We had a lot of good conversations before this game, and I knew he'd be ready to go. And I told him, no hesitation, man. You let that ball go. This is what you do.
We absolutely love what you've done. All the best for Game 5. Let's see if you can bring it home.
Thanks, guys.
Illawarra win in unbelievable fashion in Melbourne in Game 4 of the Championship Series. 80-71, the final chapter in an epic thriller will be written on Sunday.
heavily undermanned. But let's break this one down. Peter Hooley, Leonard Copeland, a massive win for the Illawarra Hawks.
Inspirational stuff. And again, we spoke about how good their bench unit could be, led by Dave O'Hickey, and they just refused to quit. You can't teach experience, but you also can't teach heart, and that was exactly what it was from the Hawks. Olbrich, awesome. Blanchfield, Days, everyone stood up. More adversity along the way. Truly an inspiring effort.
I haven't seen any stats, but I would reckon they won the fourth quarter, and that's what they haven't done in this whole series. Get that fourth quarter one, and you win a game.
It's funny because we get the stats after every game on paper, but conveniently, right now the printer must not be working, so we don't get it. But Will Hickey, right now, absolutely amazing. A career high of 22 points when they needed him the most.
Well, I said it in the pregame as well. They've got plenty of weapons who aren't afraid of the moment. Dave O'Hickey has a guy who's been through adversity his whole life. He's been cut from the Phoenix. They didn't want him. Melbourne United didn't want him. He's had to fight, scrape, and claw just to get an opportunity. The Hawks put faith in him, and he was always going to stand up and take his opportunity. He did that, and he was unbelievable.
The one thing that stands out about Hickey is his decision-making. A year and a half ago, 2 years ago, he was turning the ball over. Now he's getting guys involved. He's taking the right shot. He's just a superstar.
Everything about Hickey's game right now, the poise, the creativity with the finishing, the passing, none of that was there 2 years ago. Or maybe it was, and they just needed the right coach in Justin Tatum to unlock it. But we look at the Blackmore shot chart right now, 45% efficient. He was doing it all over the place.
And I think it was there. You're right. You just got to wait for your opportunity. He got given that from Justin Tatum. He had the trust in. His poise tonight was clear. He had certain moments where he looked like he was going to go out of control, and he kept dribbling the ball out. And all of a sudden, we've got a game 5 on our hands.
You know what's clear? We're going back to Wollongong, baby.
We're going back for sure. Game 5, a decider. Once again, we go all the way through to the finish, 2:30 p.m. on Sunday. This one is going to be massive. The Hawks, can they do it without Sam Froling? They're all NBL caliber big. And of course, Trey Kell, will he come out there or will Leonard Copeland? Will you have to crack it again and start yelling at the crowd?
I don't know, man. Come on, fellas. He'll play.
It's been fantastic. Another unbelievable effort from the Illawarra Hawks. Thank you for tuning in at home. And again, Sunday, a massive, massive game final. We are going back to a decider. Tatum, Golding, Vickerman, Jack White. Who takes it out and who is going to hang a banner? We'll see you then.
What? Massage and ball.